If in your prior life in 1816, or if your ancestors back then had gone to Trenton Falls, you'd have to wonder why people were standing there not looking at the falls, but sort of angled away from the falls. In a second, you're going to find out from Jim Parker why. But if you buy his book, The Mist Fairies and Leprechauns of the Adirondack Mountains, not only will you find out about the legend, but you will also be able to have a book filled with all of his very colorful paintings. Pick one up.
Well, it starts with the Irish digging the Black River Canal. And these two little sisters, McGuires, live in Forestport, and their dad runs a canal boat called Annie Laurie into Forestport to Boonville. And they discover these little leprechauns who've hooked up with fairies who live under the falls, both at Trenton Falls and on the Black River. And they spend the summer teaching them how to do Irish step dancing.
Now, where did this fable come from?
It comes from Olden Barneveld in 1816. A minister named Sherman dreamed it up to get people to go to Trenton Falls. He couldn't get people to go there, so he said, go up to the falls, wait for a rainbow, turn sideways, look at the falls, and you'll see the fairies and leprechauns come out from behind, but if you stare at them, they're very shy and they turn red and vanish.
So people actually did this?
Oh, thousands.
Well, I just recently started being the head teacher of the Butler School when our teacher passed away in March. I was his assistant teacher. Up until then, I've been doing that for probably about 15 years. But our head teacher, Mr. Butler, passed away in March, so I've taken over full responsibility of that. My mom put me in when I was 4, and I've been taking it ever since. Probably when I was about 12 or 13, it became like, do I want to get into sports with school, or do I want to continue with the Irish dancing? Because it got to be where it was tough to do multiple sports or hobbies. So I picked the Irish dancing and stuck with it from then. The hardest part about Irish dancing is your balance, posture, and it's a lot of footwork, so having the ability to move your feet in time with music.
All that Irish dancing has made us hungry for Irish food. You might be surprised that we found it at Piggy Pat's in Washington Mills. But it is no secret. Many people enjoy the corned beef they serve on Irish Wednesdays.
We're on the deck here at Piggy Pat's in Washington Mills. And if you come here on a Wednesday, they made this especially for us today, but if you come here on a Wednesday, you can have something that is Irish but with a bit of a different spin. They serve traditional Irish corned beef here, but with the Piggy Pat spin, because they smoke it overnight over hickory wood, and it is delicious.
The original Piggy Pat's was in Middleville on our farm, and that was 15 years ago. And then it was very successful, but we were kind of remote up there in Fairfield. So make a very long story short, we found this piece of land here in Washington Mills, and we built it, and I think it was 2001, so this will be 6 years this year we did it. One thing you can always tell an Irishman, but you can't tell them much. And as far as I know, my father's 100% Irish. We always said my mother's 100% Irish, but she can cook, so there must be some French in her. So they're from upstate New York, and I think my dad is third generation Irish, and my mom was about the same. And so that would make me, what comes next? Fourth, I think, fourth generation. So Irish, 100% pretty much.
Every Sunday between 12 and 4 here at Piggy Pat's, there's a traditional Southern buffet. Today, the McCanns are offering the following. If you come here and order one, you get the second one half price.
Not only are Wednesdays Irish at Piggy Pat's, but every Friday night there's Irish music. We were thrilled to meet local Irish music legend Vince Colgan. He'll be closing out the Great American Irish Festival this afternoon at 4 o'clock.
I came to America actually back in 1964, and before we came out, myself and another few fellas had a little bit of a band in Ireland. Back in the time of the Clancy Brothers and Tommy Makem, everyone was music mad. So we had a little bit of a band, and I came out in '64, and one of the fellas came with me, and we've been playing music ever since, so it's over 40 years. It would be considered Irish traditional music, and back in the '60s, the folk era, it was Irish folk music. And I think I haven't changed very much over the 40 years. I still sing the same amount. Well, Ireland, first of all, it's really a nation of music. Music and culture, reading, and you know, they're famous for it. And they had an oppression, you know, an oppressive childhood, I suppose, as a nation. And a lot of the songs are about that oppression. So there's many songs like that. Then they say there's a lot of drinking songs, a lot of love songs. So I think we express an awful lot of our feelings through music, because I love it. I sing for myself home. I pick up the guitar and just go out in the other room and just, I love even listening to songs that I sing myself. It's a great pastime. In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first left my eyes on sweet Molly Malone. She wheeled her wheelbarrow through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh.